Alright guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you. And friends, it's good to see you. I just got back from 5 days out in the middle of the desert camping, doing some hot weather camping out there with my son. And that was a lot of fun. 121 degrees at the hottest point, and yeah, a little different style of camping than what we typically do, but I'm going to have a video coming out this week. So what I'm going to be talking to you about today is I have a couple packages that came while I was gone. And now I know what's in these things, and I'm excited to share with you. There's two of these boxes right here. So these are fragile. So let me make some space on here. So we had the opportunity, a couple weeks ago, I had a company out of a small family-run business out of Kansas. Now, you guys know, I'm a big softie when it comes to military-run or family-run businesses. I think they're dying breeds. It's a shame because these are the companies that you can, in my opinion, I think you get the best service, the best products in a lot of cases, because these are people that have a lot more vested into the product, vested into your satisfaction than, you know, corporations and so forth, where, you know, oftentimes you become just a number on their balance sheets at the end of the month. So anyway, these guys reached out to us, and I knew this company for the last handful of years. So it's Metal Mouth Prints. It sent me this print, actually both of these here. And we have what you're going to see here, pre-production metal or new prints that they have coming to market. Now, what makes these things very unique is that nobody else on the market is doing it, and it solves one of the biggest problems that as photographers, as artists, we face. And I've spoken about this many times. Yeah, in my home, and I know many of you are in the same position as well. You're often printing a lot of your work and you run out of real estate. And so a little while back, I spoke about Mural, which is behind my camera here, which is a digital display, which allows me to put different prints in there, and it works really well. But it doesn't have that same flair as, for example, a metal print does. There's another company that I can't think of the name of it right now. It's more of a kind of a plasticky print, again, nowhere near the showmanship that you would get. Showmanship? Yeah, that works. I'm going to go with it. That you get out of a metal or an acrylic print. So this inside of here, as I'm going to crack this open in a moment, is going to solve that problem that allows us as artists, as photographers, to be able to swap out kind of our prints on as we wish. So like what we've done with the canvas print shootouts and the metal print shootouts and so forth in the past, I'm going to crack this open so therefore you can experience what I'm going to experience, and I'm going to give you my first impression of what's inside of here. And then after a couple weeks of playing around with the print, I'll do a subsequent video and giving you a little bit more in-depth review of what I think is in here and how it works after hanging it up on the wall and so forth. So let's dive into this and see what we got. Let me grab a knife. Okay, make sure I crack this sucker open. Yeah, the video on camping from this past weekend, you guys are going to, it was exciting. And when you watch the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, all right, first impression. You guys, okay, nice. Okay, it's a package in front of a package within a package. Okay, saran wrap or cling wrap, whatever you want to call it, holding everything together. Okay, I can tell you right off the get-go, they are using some very, very heavy-duty. This is almost like I think they call it like a 2-ply cardboard. So it's very, very thick. Okay, this is, okay. First impressions, right off the get-go. I don't know if yep, okay, you can see it. Wanted to make sure that what I'm seeing here in frame are white gloves. I like that. Okay, this is I can tell you right now, I really like the presentation of this. So the first thing I'm looking at here as I'm opening this up is a nice pair of gloves. Now, you folks know I forget whether it's this one or the Norway acrylic over there. When I cracked it open, you had a pair of white gloves. They didn't fit me very well because I had big mitts, but that was a nice touch, and I really much like seeing this here. This tells me, gives me a good indication of what we're going to be looking at here. And let me do this here. Let me get this out of the way. Let me get this box out of the way. Okay, all right. All right, so off the get-go, so you have this quite unique subframe section here. Okay, so is this okay, so there's two parts to this here. Okay, this is really nice. So the frame and the print are actually recessed within the box within the box. So this thing is really, really secure. And as you can see here, we have this foam padding that is going around this. So this is, I believe this is going to be, okay, make sure I don't go hack it into anything here. This is one of the things that drives me up the wall with some printing companies is they ship things out and the packaging, and that's where I think some companies would have a better first impression if they just spend a little bit more time in the packaging. That's your first impressions is, I think, absolutely critical. And I think that's where a lot of companies out there really fall short. So, not to be critical about this, but I think these guys have done a really good job on this. Okay, so now let me put on, let's see if these fit better than the last set. Okay, so these look like a one size fit all. My son would say I look like Mickey Mouse with these gloves on. Okay. Okay, well that pinky over there isn't working so well, but they're gonna serve its purpose. All right. Now again, I want to repeat, this is pre-production unit, which means final production can possibly change. That may be with the mounting hardware, it may be the packaging, or it may not change at all. So, all right, let's take a look. That is really cool. I can tell you right now, the colors are very vibrant. Who is that good-looking kid right there? Of course, I'm biased. He's my son. This is a really fantastic. And what I'm looking at here, particularly, folks, is the color and the sharpness. I can tell you right now, this looks really good. Greens is another one of those colors that I think, from my experience, greens and reds are tough colors to nail spot on. And these guys, the colors look really, really good, and more so, the detail is sharp here. This looks really fantastic. Now let's take a look at the back. Okay, absolutely do not carry from this wire. Okay, message loud and clear. All right, let's set this down right here. All right, and I think this is the part where the magic takes place here. So let's crack this open here. Oops, nope, this is not the part. Must be in the other box. All right, so I'm going to carefully, and again, like with the other print that you saw there, this is wrapped up very nice in this foam, which is appreciated, especially many of you that are drop shipping to clients and so forth, where it might not be you opening up something like this, but a client. So that first impression, this works as an extension of who you are as a professional. And that's another, going back to what I was saying a moment ago, where I think some companies just fall short in terms of wanting to be able to capture professional photographers utilizing the product, because a lot of photographers out there are drop shipping directly to their clients. And think about this here, as I was kind of beginning to mention a moment ago, how this company, wherever you're getting your prints from, packages things up and creates that first impression acts as an extension of who you are as a professional. So if they sloppily put it together, it's not just their reputation that's on the slinger, it's yours as well, because your client is going to assume, regardless where it came from, that you're the one that packaged this together, that you had a hands-on with this, because in all reality, you select where this print came from in a lot of cases. So a nice presentation really does go a long way. Okay, let's get this. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, super cool. Okay, so this, as you guys know, is one of my favorite prints I've taken. This was at Tahoe a couple years ago, pre-COVID. Sounds funny saying that. But this was, I did a video recently where I was talking about, it's funny, I almost came close to holding this up with the wire back there. This was, I did a video on color theory. This photo right here is one of the shots that I walked away from Tahoe and absolutely loving the experience. And again, what I'm doing here is I'm evaluating the color, I'm evaluating the sharpness of like the trees, the reflections here and everything. And again, green, as I spoke a moment ago, red is another one of those difficult colors to really get right. Often cases what happens is it comes out looking too kind of muddy or saturated. And they really, the printers nailed it really well. Now, I'm excited. I'm going to put this one right here. This is the box, this last box right here, that has the part that I thought it might have been in the same box, but it's in here. So this is where the magic is going to take place. So let's crack this open right here, figure out how to get in this thing. Okay. Metal Mold, I will give you guys, I'm going to say it again. I'll give you guys props. The packaging is phenomenal. Nice job, guys. Okay, let's put this over here. And I am super thrilled to see the level of packaging . Boom, yep, this is the part. All right, so let's fold this over here. I am super excited about this part right here. Okay, I need a larger studio because I'm running out of space here. Okay, again, very same sort of packaging as before. You have the main goody stuff kind of recessed in a box within a box, in foam, taped up very well. This is absolutely A++. And this is my mounting hardware. They're part of it. I don't know whether I still need these gloves on, but I'm going to keep them on because we're going to be handling the print here in a minute. Okay. Let me make sure I get this. Okay, I'm going to cut inside the frame. So obviously what we're going to be looking at here is a new framing system, and this is the home run. So as you guys may know, running a company like Photography Company, we get solicited quite often by a lot of different companies. And most of them we turn away. Over the years become very hypersensitive as far as which brands that we work with. Mainly because at the end of the day, if we're making recommendations to you folks and you have a negative experience with a vendor that we're saying, hey, they have a great product, it's kind of similar like what I was talking about a moment ago with the shipping side of it. It's not just that company's reputation that's on the slinger that ultimately sold you the product. It's ours for recommending. So we are very hypersensitive as far as which products that we will make recommendations to. And when they approached us with this idea, what they had here, this new product that they're coming to market with here, this was a holy smokes, this is stinking cool. And I can tell you right now, the craftsmanship. So what you're looking at here is a magnetic frame for your metal canvas prints. The frame is like with canvas prints. One of the first things I'm looking at the miter edges. The corners look very, very tight. Now mind you, this is a metal frame here, or aluminum, I presume an aluminum frame here. This is, you have double corner brackets on each side here. This thing is very solid. The joints are flawless. I like the brushed look on this here. Honestly, I can't wait to, I'm gonna move to the fun part, and that is, so as I understand, you can put this, boom. That is absolutely magic. Okay, so what is happening here, and you can see this is recessed off the print, which gives you a really nice look to it. I absolutely love this. So here's where the magic takes place. You have a photo hanging on your wall. It's time to replace it because you went out and took a new photo that you're excited about, or it might be a seasonal photo. For example, like Christmas photos. You have 4 magnets behind these prints right here. Bring that down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And they have this nice, sturdy, it feels good. Actually, the entire weight feels, or the print feels really nice. You have a foam back here. So what happens is these 4 points touch a point into 4 points into the frame itself. And that looks really fantastic. So you want to swap it out? Just pull a slight little tug out and boom, you are able to, and I will demonstrate this when I get this mounted on the wall. Again, so you line that up in there. Wow. That is really, I absolutely love that. Now here's the fun part with that as well. So you can have this mounted up on the wall, and each print, when it is shipped out to you, you have the additional hanging hardware as well. So you can mount this standalone with no frame on a wall. That is really, really cool. So, and when you look at the form factor, these, so if you want to be able to store these and so forth, there's not a lot of space that's actually being taken up with this. I really love this idea, because when you look at a lot of cases when you order prints, the framing often is where a lot of the price comes up. So that's really, really slick. So first impression, metal mouth. Big home run, guys. Big home run. So I think, and again, guys, going back, in a subsequent video, I'm going to have a more follow-up, a more detailed, review, and that's going to be, I'm going to find a place to hang this, and I will bring you along for that ride as well, because they did provide the handy-dandy little bracket that you use for the back, and I'm excited because I think this looks absolutely gorgeous. I didn't realize when they were explaining this to me that this is actually recessed up. I think that it gives it a very three-dimensional look to it, and it works very, very well. All right, guys, that is going to be it for today. I've been waiting for this to come in for the last 3 weeks, and when my wife called me when I was out in Arizona on for the last 5 days and told me that there was 2 big packages out there, I knew it was these guys, and so I was super excited to get back and crack these things open and share this experience with you guys. So, Metal Mouth, big thumbs up, guys. All right, guys, that is it. Now it's that time of the video where I'm going to ask you to do all that YouTube stuff. If you found some value, if you were mildly entertained with this video, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Hey, while you're at it, kick that bell so therefore you're notified each time that we come out with a new video. Friends, I'm going to get these boxes out of my studio. You get out there, have an amazing day, and create your best shot.